We're back with another race in FXR, first season of this brand new league on F1 2020, and we're here today for the Austrian Grand Prix. Didn't bother putting in Q1 for this one because we only had 15 drivers this week, so there's not really much point showing Q1 because really it was just a short practice session there. So we go straight into Q2 then, where we're on the medium tyres as we usually do, and to the line we went second fastest for that time. It was actually looking a bit tight to get through to Q3 this time. Obviously with short tracks like this, the gaps are always a bit shorter, so you can't really take chances. So I did go out on the soft tyres, but once I could see that no one else was going to be bumping me down, I did back out of that one. So we did manage to get through then on the medium tyres, as did Manzi and also Swish there. So we're through then, as we have been I think at every race so far, and we'll see then what we can do then in terms of fighting for pole position. It's all looking quite tight here, I have to say, so it could be a very good battle here for pole. As you can see at this stage we're already third, but this is going to be my best lap now then at the end of the session, so we'll see where it puts us. So yeah, here we are then. It's round 11 of the season already. After today we will be halfway through a season, which is well, very surprising. It's flown by so far, I think. Obviously we did miss one race, but still this is still the 10th race that I've been in, and yeah, I have to say it has really just flown by. Obviously want to keep the good momentum going because we was the last race, it was France, yeah, we won the last race I think, so obviously want to keep that going. Didn't do too great the race before that in Canada, but overall we've had some pretty good results so far this season, and this is a track I quite enjoy as well, so I was hoping to get another decent result here. And yeah, going to the halfway point with decent lead. Obviously it's the Christmas break as well during this as well, so it really is like the break is right in the middle of the season, which is quite fitting there. As our final lap then, well, it was quite close in the end, but well, it was 2/10, so the top three, we had quite a gap there then to the rest of the field, but it was all quite tight between us, and then yeah, from fourth downwards they were all quite tight as well. So yeah, there's two very distinct groups there. There's Pink Lips then, who I believe is on his debut there, who took pole position. Now there's meant to be a 5-minute break, so at this point I was in the toilet, I came back and yeah, we were nearly started, so that's why you're not seeing much of the strategy screen here. I got on it just at the last second there to see what was going on, and you may well have seen there that right at the end there was some rain, so yeah, that could be a bit interesting here then. Obviously me and Swish are on the medium tyres, Pink Lips is on the soft tyres, as are most people behind us then. The only other person I believe is Manzi then, who was on the medium tyres then, out of the top 10, so it's going to be quite an interesting start to this race then, and also later on, depending on exactly when that rain comes, because obviously it isn't always accurate with exactly when it comes in. We're lined up now then on the grid, and the lights are coming on. And away we go. It's a decent start then. It looks like Pink Lips is going to have it covered then into turn 1. We were quite close out to the back of Swish. I didn't want to run into the back of him there. We were a bit cautious for the first corner, and that allowed Getsuga to get alongside us then through turn 1, but we managed to hold the position for the time being. But yeah, the front two have already got a bit of a gap to us then. As we head up to turn 3 then, and Getsuga's got his braking all wrong there. He's gone into the side of us. We've been pushed well off the track there. Getsuga's lost places as well there. We've had a warning for exceeding track limits just for driving back on the track after being pushed well off there, which makes a load of sense. My highlight reel didn't actually pick up the incident, it just picked up the start because, that makes sense. Why show the actual interesting part? But yeah, you saw there, it was all pretty nice and tight actually through turn 1, but then yeah, it was just Getsuga a bit late on the brakes there then, and pushed us well wide into turn 3. So we've got a bit of ground to make up now then, as we skip to lap 3, where we're finally starting to make up a bit, well, starting to regain some pace then, because yeah, I wasn't really feeling these medium tyres at the start of the race, but after a couple of laps they were finally starting to come to me a bit. As we see then a bit of a battle here between Manzi and Jake, a little bit of contact there, and we lost the back end as we were trying to get on the power there to make the most of it. And it's going to be close to being 3 wide there. I thought better of it because I could see the gap was closing, but yeah, we want to just try and get past both of them if we can, because yeah, they're sort of slowing us down a little bit here. We had a good run there at turn 4. We used a bit of overtake to get ourselves ahead of Manzi there and up into a 6th position. We'll try and get past Jake if we can quite quickly as well, as we are now in the next DRS zone then on the next lap, and it looks like we are up then into 5th position, and we're finally starting to recover some of these places then, and we'll be soon on the back of Getsker then, who obviously we had that incident with at the start, and yeah, hopefully stay ahead of him this time then, as he was a little bit wide there at the final corner, and that should give us a go run now then down the pit straight. It's quite hard to pass here though, so we'll probably try and hold off here, just try and get a good run to the first corner, and then up the hill with the DRS, just try and get ahead there. He's actually had a very bad run out of the first corner, so it was easy. It was a lot easier than it would have been there, and we managed to get ourselves up place then and into 4th. There we see it again then, just a bit wide out of turn 1, had a bit of a wobble there, and we managed to get ahead then and also stay ahead as well then, despite a second, well this third DRS zone then, because there was a bit of a battle going on behind us as well. On to lap, start lap 8 now then. We see Verstappen is in the pit zone quite early, having started on the soft tyres, so that points to a 2-stop maybe here. We'll see, everyone may well 2-stop here depending on when the rain comes. And then a couple of laps later we see that Pink's in now, so it's just me and Swishton out front then on the medium tyres, as well as Manzi then, but he's quite a few seconds back. But having said that, we're still quite a way off then, we're 7 seconds behind Swish at this stage. We're now getting called in for our pit stop onto the hard tyres, but I didn't really want to pit at this point. I was thinking hang on to these tyres as long as I can and just see when this rain's going to come down, and maybe, you know, try and just push on softs until the rain comes, and just try and be as quick as possible while it's dry, and then really capitalise when the rain comes down. But you can see tyre wear was starting to get quite bad, but we were bringing down the gap to Swish, who I think was doing the same thing as me here, and you see we had the gap down to about 5.5 seconds there before we finally decided to pit there. Clouds are starting to come in. I didn't do the pit entrance properly, but that wasn't really a thing that we were too concerned about, unless, you know, cause an incident or anything, which obviously didn't there, but I landed myself another warning, which wasn't too great there. Into pit, so we come in for the soft tyres now then, and we'll see if we can carry these until the rain comes. Obviously we may well have to take these just to the end of the race now, so we're going to have to watch out for that if the rain doesn't come down enough for us to be changing tyres again. We're going to be 4th then, but we should hopefully catch up to Verstappen now then. I can see that a lot of people are getting penalties now, so hopefully we'll be able to benefit from that then if we can stay out of trouble here. We catch up to Verstappen then quite quickly, as he's on quite old medium tyres then. We saw him pit quite early, which again I think is pointing towards him doing a 2-stop here. As out of the final corner we come now then, and we got right in the slipstream here with the DRS, and in fact he actually just slows down there, which I was a bit surprising, because I was a bit surprised at, because it's quite hard to overtake there, and I don't think he would have really lost anything there from just driving normally, but I guess maybe he wanted the DRS here towards turn 3, I don't know. But nonetheless then we're up to 3rd position, and we can see that Swish was actually closing up to Pink, but you can see there's another Ferrari on the map that was interfering there with the Haas, and that was Swish's teammate then, John, who was interfering despite being a lap down, which is obviously not good. And obviously I know Swish very well from racing him, and obviously that is not how he would have wanted to be moving up into the lead there, but that is what happened. And yeah, I know he wasn't happy about that, and I wasn't happy about that. A 3-second penalty there. If the results were affected by that, then I was planning on appealing it because of that one warning I got earlier on where gets to go push me off the track. As we skip now then to lap 32, where the rain is starting to come down now then, and there's quite a group up in front of us then, with some back markers and the race leaders there, with Swish still ahead of Pink at this stage, and Getziger actually slides off the track, and I don't know what happened to him in this race for him to be last in a lap down there, but he's off the road. But yeah, this race was a bit of a mess then, with just cars not like listening to blue flags. It seemed like John, I don't know what he was doing there. He was really just trying to sabotage the leader by the looks of things, and you know, I know that Swish wasn't happy about that, even though it benefited him. That's like not how he races, that's not how he wants to win. And now we're having the same issue as well here. Just Viper Seeker here just doesn't want to move over for us for some reason. Even though we're passing blue flags here, we've passed quite a few at this stage. At least 3, which I'm pretty sure is the rule here about, you know, moving over blue flags. But yeah, he just does not want to move over for us at all then. I'm almost certain he's not an AI driver here, from how he was driving, but we finally get through with DRS, and now there's contact with him and my teammate there who's also a lap down. And into turn 3 we've actually been hit by both of them then as they collide. So I don't know what all that was about, but we've somehow, well, we've thankfully survived that little instant there. Up the hill towards turn 3, and he just puts Mogs in the wall there, and then we almost get collected by it. I mean, we have a front wing flying at us, but we managed to survive that. I really don't know what that was all about, but just some bad driving, I think, from some of the backmarkers in this race, which was very disappointing to see there. And sort of put a bit of a dampener on the race at the front. I think Swish was looking pretty good, to be fair, to catch up to Pink and take the win. But still, I know that he wouldn't have wanted to win it that way. As we cross line then, we're going to be second in the end then because Pink had some penalties. But again, I mean, I don't know if I'd have had that if it hadn't been for the fact that, you know, a backmarker was messing with him in that race. So yeah, this was it was a decent race, but it was a bit disappointing that, you know, some of the cars further back sort of disrupted it in the way that they did, just not driving very well there. And it's lucky that it wasn't worse really, because we very nearly got caught up in an incident there as well. But yeah, Swish then with his 3rd win of the season there, and yeah, good result for him then. As I say, I think he was looking pretty good to win that race regardless, but yeah, so yeah, he obviously still deserves congratulations for that victory. And yeah, we managed to then get another podium then in 2nd place, which is good for us. I don't know what the standings are, but I'm pretty sure the gap between me and Swish is 100 points then going into the halfway stage, so we're looking pretty good at this point. But from racing Swish in the past, I know that he is very good in the second half of the seasons. I don't know if you remember the co-op championship we did. If you watched that series back in 2015, I remember that I had a good start to the season. I was quite a way ahead of him, and then he just hit a very strong run of form later on and managed to finish as the lead driver in that one. So yeah, still a lot of time then for stuff to go wrong, or, you know, stuff to go right, and well, for people to hit form. So yeah, certainly all to play for still, and we shall hopefully, well, we shall just aim to, you know, keep on getting some good results here then. Anyway, hope you enjoy this one. Bit of a break now then for Christmas and all that, so depending on when this goes up, hope you are having or have had a good Christmas, and I shall see you next time.